What's up, guys? It's another video. This is a full compilation of the previous 5 videos of my buy bottle and full, and this is a full review. So watch it, enjoy it, and that's about it for the first TSA. Starting with the Navy, Air, and Peace Conferences rework. Hey everybody, what's up, guys? So Hearthstone, the new expansion for Hearthstone 4 by Board and One came out like a week ago, but ish. So every day I'm gonna do like a review of a certain part at the end, or just make, and at like the end I'll make a compilation. Yeah. So first thing I'm gonna start with is the air rework, naval rework or rebalance, I guess, and the peace conferences. So air is different now. So you have like the frame and like the other parts, like we put it right. So you can like build your own airplane, and it's kind of cool for the first few times, but then it gets kind of stale and you use the same things over and over. But hey, it's still pretty cool. Like the art for the plane is pretty cool, right? And 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 then there's and I mean the airplane is pretty cool. And also I think airplanes are overpowered. Like I said like after competition, like on my first playthrough as historical Germany, if I took out France, I just put all my points to the English Channel to bomb it, and I got naval supremacy pretty fast already, and the English Channel pretty fast. So I don't know, maybe just I was putting a ton of points. And then there's this naval rework, which I haven't used too far yet, but I guess it reworks some things in the naval tree. It's more balanced now, but I think subs is still new meta, and I think cast is also still meta. Subs and cast are still meta, and same with infantry too. Like infantry subs cast, I think that's the meta, but I don't really know. I'm not the best at HOI4, just you know. But anyways, the peace conferences, they're a work of art. So the old peace conference system, it was bad. Once you beat the Axis, the Allies would just release every single nation. The Soviets would just puppet everything, which sucked. And yeah, it's not that much better with the new one. Like, there's some memes. Like, there's this made by 𝕱𝖑𝖑, which shows this exploit. Like, you can puppet. You can get like a billion puppets. Like, you can, if you want to create like a billion German puppets, you just puppet them in each and every state. I don't know why you do that. You like your game really hard, but you can do that. That's a feature in the base game. To be honest, there's quite a few mod features I want the base game, and now player-led peace conferences are more than anything. So player-led peace conferences, and I like the new systems like the decolonization. Like you can demilitarize things, you can take their ships, which is so helpful because then you don't have to lower their autonomy down to just go back to get their ships, which I'm thankful for. But then, so the only reason I would puppet a country now is to not do it to compliant garrisons, but just turn off water resistance for that. And then I would puppet it as well for their manpower to get from garrisons. But that's not really necessary. It's not really necessary because as you build compliance, you get more manpower, and that's good. One last thing about the peace conferences. One last thing, since you can create, since you can create multiple puppets for the same country. After that, if you do that, it will give you I think it will give you an event that lets you re-annex it. And that's pretty cool, and it makes things more accurate because you can get a North Korea and a South Korea when before all you had to do was make a civil war, and then make them force them to peace. I don't think that worked. I don't remember, and like West, and then it also works for West and East Germany. But West and East Germany are already tags in the game, so they're basically useless now, unless they still the Yalta Conference still fires, I guess. And that's about it, guys. That's my opinions on the peace conference work, the air work, and naval work. Bye. I forgot one thing, and I gotta tell you something. Tell me how I should improve my videos next time. Bye. What's up, guys? I'm back with the second part of my Bible Alone review. And we're talking about the main focus of the expansion, Italy. Yay. Which means no more bad Italian focus tree. Stupid dog barking. Okay, that's not gonna be that annoying. Hopefully. Nah. But hey, we got our expanded Italian focus tree, which is pretty nice. And now I'm gonna talk about it. Oh yeah, but before that, the balance of power. So it seems like Paradox trying to create a new internal conflict in your country now. Starting with Battle for the Bosporus, they had like remember those factions? They were, and those factions in Battle for the Bosporus sucked. And a step back, I guess the Sans Paranoia could be the internal conflict as well as like choosing for the Civil War, but you know, probably not true. And Poland, if you go like if you do the complete the April Constitution focus, you can do the Nation right and Nation left. But then there's Italy with their balance of power, and I think it's just okay. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just mid. Why do I think this? Well. I mean, I like that the fact that there are some parts, like if you go one side and then you go to the other side, you get some buffs and some debuffs. But to be honest, it made me look stupid because the first time I tried to go as Papal Italy, I gave the King Umberto II too much power. They couldn't unlock it, so I had to do it again, which deleted like 3 years of progress. But anyways, but the thing I don't like about it is that if you go Mussolini and he's balance of power with the Grand Council of Fascism, if you lose a core territory, it's 15% towards the Grand Council of Fascism, and that you can trigger or something like that. Oh, sorry, but that could trigger civil war. And why? Which one is civil war in your country? That would suck. But time to talk about the actual focus tree. So I like the fact that you can choose which path to go down towards, depending on your progress and you'll be if you could, which is pretty nice. I like that feature. Pretty good, yeah. And like, there's obviously the foreign affairs part subsection what I want to talk about. And it's pretty good. But let's be real. And if you want to get a Yugoslavia puppet easily, just train a bunch of divisions at low strength, power them across the Yugoslavian border, and then when you give them the offer, they'll probably and most likely accept it. Always worked for me, so it should work for you as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. It's like 3 different parts. You can get like. You can do the stress up front, and you can do the historical part where you ally with German stupid dog, and then you can go like do your own thing. But instead of calling it Novus Imperium Romanum, they renamed it to Italian Week for some reason. And I like Novus Imperium Romanum a bit better, but it's just me. Anyways, I'm talking way too long about this. Time to go to the actual focus tree. The historical path is pretty good. So historical path is pretty good. You get a couple buffs and stuff like that, and he goes with the all history fascist path with its hollow Balbo whose name I thought was pretty weird because his name is a Talo, and if you change the O to a Y, his name would be 𝕱𝖚𝖑𝑑. I don't know. And the other guy, I think his name was Dino or something like that. And then the monarchist pet, which could be the secret people pet. I use secret in quotations because everybody has talked about it, and so it's not that exciting. Fun fact: if you form Rome and then do the papacy reborn focus, you'll become the papal states. You can still become the papal states, and you get the decision to get more cores for Rome. It's pretty nice because if you do the Commonwealth reborn focus for what do we need first, and then do like the Claim of Onia focus, you won't become Kingdom of Onia, which I don't like because Kingdom of Onia is a better color. But tangent. The historical path, the old-fashioned path, the monarchist path, and the papal path, they all condense down into either forming Greater Italy or forming Rome. Forming Rome is the better option, in my opinion, because they get a ton of more cores, which is always good. And the only leg that Greater Italy gets over the forming Rome is that you get a little buff to your attack and organization, which is pretty nice, but you can just get advisors for that. And I still don't. And yeah, but like I think Mussolini is if Italy won World War II, it's more likely that they would do Greater Italy than forming like Rome. But that's my opinion again. So obviously, if you fail in Ethiopia, or you don't even have to fail, you can take over the entirety of Ethiopia with triumph in Africa. You can still go democratic communist, which is pretty nice. Communist path is okay, pretty good. Kind of want to talk about the democratic path because it's kind of like, because you can go join the because it's kind of like France's democratic path. You can join the Allies, or you can go create like your own little faction, and you'll invite, and when you do focus, you'll invite Central and Southern European members, which is kind of like if you want to top for France, but you got more members depending on how many democracies there are, and that's pretty nice. And the communist, the communist trees, I already said about that, but it's just. Okay, it's like a standard communist tree. You either go on and take out your neighbors, or you go with the Soviet Union and take out like Germany or something. And then there's the new paths for the air, navy, and army. Sorry, paths which I like. They're pretty good. You can choose between a bandits war or the other one, disbanded regular or something. I don't know, and I like this paradox because it really makes me think about which one I want to choose, which buffs I want to get, and then the Navy and Air, and then the rest of them they're just standard Army, Navy, Air paths for focusing. And then there's the African, and then the Ethiopian War Logistics, which is obviously the first focus you will take, and yeah, it's pretty good because you can get like colonial police. I'll talk about if it's good or not at the end, but you can like get compliance and like I think like Ethiopia because the resistance to Ethiopia. It's pretty. I like the system they made there. What else is Italy? Yeah, they had a slight redesign to their flag. Before they didn't have the crown, but now they have the crown. They changed to the king, and they changed to the kingdom of Italy instead of regular Italy, because Italy still had a king under Benito Mussolini. Okay, I'll talk about colonial police. It's okay. You need less garrisons, but the compliance doesn't go up. It's kind of like a local police force. It's like a local police force, but better. So I would recommend it over local police force. But it's so annoying because because in Italy you can only get it for Albania and Africa, all African states, not just so the ones like if you conquered Algeria, you can put colonial police there. But it's so annoying because you have to manually select colonial police for each. For if you want to do colonial police, you have to manually select it for each African country in Albania, which is kind of annoying. Now, that's about it, guys. Subscribe, because remember, at 100 subscribers, I'll be learning Finnish, and tell me how to improve my videos next time. Bye. By the way, YouTube, I don't want my comments disabled, so you know what? Frick! What's up, guys? It's another video. I'm back. So obviously you can tell that I'm recording this in landscape mode because it looks better that way. So yeah, and today we're going to talk about Switzerland, that neutral country in World War II. Yeah, okay. Now it gets more sad for the old Italian folks. But anyways, Switzerland is in a pretty precarious situation in World War II, right? Especially after the fall of France. All their neighbors are fascist. So, they they could even do some gold, So basically, I'm gonna first talk about the balance of power in Switzerland. First, it's between like the cantons and the federalized part of Switzerland. The cantons are like semi-independent, like something like that. I think something like that. But so you can either give more powers to the cantons and be more decentralized, I guess, or have a federalized government and be more centralized. So obviously, I like the centralized approach. And then that's about it for the balance of power. So it's okay, but it's okay. I don't really know how to improve it, but it's just okay. So yeah, that's the balance of power. So on to the focus tree. The decision. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a new segment. I got interrupted. So basically, the focus tree is pretty interesting. So you can either choose to fortify with Germany, France, and Italy, which are your neighbors, as we all know. So if you fortify your border with France, you're gonna go like fascist pact and you can be like a puppet of Germany or like a independent ally. But I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure the puppet of Germany part lets you become the Alpine Confederation. And most of the Swiss paths in the focus tree lead to the Alpine Confederation, like all of them, basically. So so first I'm gonna talk about the Democratic path, where you stay Democratic. You can go, which is pretty interesting. You can hoard allied gold, which is pretty nice, and it's pretty cool. Like you can join France, and you can become a puppet of France, which I don't know why to do that. You can join a secret pact with the Allies, which is pretty cool, or you can just straight up join the Allies, which wouldn't be the best idea after the fall of France. Or maybe it would be, because Germans will keep attacking you in your mountains and forts stuff, which is pretty fun to do that. I mean, just, and obviously you could end up going to the Alpine Confederation by getting all the Alpine lands. And then Alpine Confederation, but then there's the neutral pact, for most of that pact, say democratic, but still like neutral pact, neutrality. I mean non-aligned pact, where you can go screw like all of your neighbors over. You can demand Vorarlberg from I'm not good at pronouncing things like that, from Austria, and then you can preempt the Anschluss, which means, and if Switzerland preempts the Anschluss, that means Germany cannot, annex Austria, which is pretty fun, which is pretty cool. So, and then you can annex Austria to get your cores on there, and pretty cool. And then you can get the French Alps and the Italian Alps, and become the Alpine Confederation. Basically, all of the Swiss paths lead to the Alpine Confederation. But after you do the Alpine Confederation for the neutrality pact, you just get war goals on your neighbors, France, Italy, Germany, for some reason. Does it make a lot of sense? It doesn't really make a lot of sense why you can just get a war on France, Germany, and Italy after you become the Alpine Confederation. And as the Democratic Pact, I think, and I know for a fact the non-aligned pact can do it. Pretty sure the Democratic Pact could also do it. You can form neutral entente. You can all the neutral powers, and yeah, fun, which is kind of cool, I guess. But but if something could happen, like I played on historical games for some time, and every time in a historical game, Tibet goes fascist and joins the co-prosperity spirit. I don't know why. It just always happens on historical for me. So, a little wacky things could happen like that, so I don't know. That might be the best idea. Especially on non-historical focuses. And I think Norway could be invited to the neutral time, which would make you at war with Germany if you accept a call to arms. Because Germany would be doing Operation 𝕱𝖚𝖑𝖑, or something like that, in Norway and Denmark, which is pretty cool. And Switzerland has some OP buffs. I gotta show you that. Their buffs are overpowered. Like, it's absolutely insane. Many of their focuses include insane buffs to supply, research, and a ton of forts. You could be a fort machine and become impenetrable, and it will be absolutely insane. You just make all your enemies bleed, and then after they do that, you can go on the offensive, which is pretty fun. Let's be real. So since Switzerland, you get 3 prime ministers, I think, presidents, and some of them pretty overpowered. There's one that gives 20% research speed. That is insane. 20%. That's absolutely insane. Your advisors can get 20%, and some have other buffs mine's democratic support plus fascist support. Fascist part, I haven't really talked about it yet, but yeah, remember, puppet of Germany, or alone, or be an independent ally to the Axis, but puppet Germany, I think, is only puppet of Germany has access to the Alpine Company, or both, actually. I don't really feel like checking now. And they have an army pact. They have a small navy pact. Only 3 of their focuses on the navy, because to have a navy, you have to get the French Alps, and yeah. If you want me to talk about the Swiss achievements, I'll do another video for all the achievements, but not now. And the other trees, like the industry and army trees, they're just standard. And what do I think of the Swiss citizen militia conscription law? It's bad. I mean, this +10 recruitable population is good, but considering that you're limited a max number of divisions, it's not the best. Yes, service by requirement also gives 10%, and it takes a hit to your industry, but Switzerland has a pretty OP civilian industry, so you can just play tall Switzerland. Though, nobody really plays tall in HOI4. I mean, this ain't EU4, this is HOI4. That decision tab, so for the France, Italy, and Germany, it's basically the same. It's okay. It's pretty decent, and it's pretty cool and I like it. And I like the feature where it shows that you broke your neutrality and then declare war on you. That's a pretty nice touch. Now, anyways, that's anyways, that's all for this video, and tell me how you can improve next time, and so I can get comments on my videos. Frick. What's up, guys? Back with another video, and today we're gonna talk about Ethiopia and the new and HOI4 but alone. So first off, I like to talk about the balance of power, which is pretty okay. Like, it's like centralized or decentralized, or like something like that, stability, which is pretty decent. I don't really play around with it because it doesn't come to effect that much. So, that's it about the balance of power. The idea is pretty decent, but it could be executed better. And that's what I say about the balance of power. I don't really know how to improve it. If you do have ways to improve it, leave it in the comment section below. But time to talk about the focus tree. The focus tree is really quite something. It kind of bothers me because Ethiopia is missing a fully democratic path, and the Swiss missing a communist path. And from before, when No Step Back released, Russia, the Soviets didn't get a democratic path, and the Germans didn't get a communist path on Waking the Tiger, and that kind of annoys me. So it's basically the first focus you're probably going to pick is the second Ethiopian war, which gives a slight boost for a little while. And you can go for the north or the south, for the renewed offensive or holding a defense. The war can escalate, by the way, and apparently if it reaches level 10, I think that Libya will revolt, and that the League of Nations will get a war going on Italy. But let's be real, that's only if you stall long enough, because by the time you get to war escalation 10, or even by war escalation 4 or something like that, you'll probably do focus to peace out. So first, let's talk about the Emperor path, which I think is the historical path. So there's two. So obviously there's two paths after rally around the Emperor. First you can stay and cause havoc in Ethiopia and stuff. It's pretty nice, and you can stay if you peace out with Italy. And it's pretty good for buffs, and you can revive the kingdom of Axum. It's pronounced something like that. I'm not the best with that kind of pronunciation, but basically you get cores in Horn of Africa, Uganda, Sudan. Yeah, that's about it. And then there's the bottom 4 focuses, which I'll talk about after I talk about when you board the train. You need to have at least 10% surrender progress. It's pretty easy. Just put a fallback line to capital and board the train. Pick some countries: the U.S., Japan, some others. Maybe I'll go check the wiki for that. But yeah, you can go escape, and you get a little part of focus tree where you can use the diaspora. You enter the diaspora and stuff like that. Buffs, when I think when the Emperor stays, or it's either when the Emperor's. I think when the Emperor stays, you can join the Allies. But that happened once in ahistorical. But I don't think they joined but they didn't even join the war, so I don't know what's up with that. So and then you can go back, and then there's some bottom 4 focus. There's jaw, which John wants you Air Solomon, which you can only do which I'm pretty sure you can only do if you didn't flee, you stay. Jaw gives you lets you have Caribbean islands like Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic. Apparently they can submit to your demand and then you can get Jamaica or something. It's kind of random. Once you Air Solomon basically makes a HOI4 god. Oh yeah, and the focus is before not true Air Solomon. You can make him broken, absolutely broken. HOI4 is the most broken leader in the game. He's overpowered. And true Air Solomon, I think, adds one more bus, and I think you can change your capital to Jerusalem, which is literally another achievement. Crusader Kings 4. Let's be real, all the Crusader Kings achievements, except 2, have just been as this country owned Jerusalem. And Crusader Kings 1, but they try to spice it up a little bit, but it doesn't really work. But yeah. This next part is reaching out to the Italians, which sucks. Do not do that. You can be a puppet. You can get their settlers and stuff like that. Then I think you could break free, something like that. Get Eritrea, Somalia. But I haven't really played that path. Just going off of what I can see in the focus tree. So I think that's what can happen. And you could or you can, it's if you do reach out to John, I think it's Manchukuo, you could go be still part of Italy's empire, or, just rebel and roll. And the final path is the Carmine path, which is pretty spicy, if I do say so myself. I have fully played this path, and watch some YouTubers are making some videos. Some other YouTubers are making some videos about it, so I'm pretty confident to say there's 2 paths. You can either go Soviet aid or call it to the world. And then there's 2 focuses in both paths of tree. Lets you peace out. In the military, in the Soviet aid part, you just become a puppet of the Soviets, which is lame. And then for the other part, you can get some Japanese anarchists and become an anarchist basically. But when you peace out, you don't become a puppet of the Soviets. Well, that's pretty cool. You get anarchists as Ethiopia and as Spain. There should be a multiplayer game of somebody play anarchist Spain and one anarchist Ethiopia. That'd be pretty cool, right? So, yeah, basically, and you can go down, and then there's a focus on either side, which lets you liberate colonies, and then you can get a decision, and then they'll rebel, and then the former overlord, colonial country or whatever. So if you liberate Congo from Belgium, which would be a very good thing in real life, by the way, and you can get a decision to make Belgium recognize the Congo's independence, which will peace them out. But let's be real, by the time you're part of the focus tree, World War II has already started, so I don't know. Then there's the African Union section on the bottom, where you can integrate countries, and it's kind of like the E3 system mechanics in EU4, where you can eventually centralize it, and then they can become puppets, and then you can unite them in one big happy African Union. But it takes a lot of political power to do that, so I think they just puppet them or something like that. Unless you have I don't think Ethiopia not the best situation when it comes to political power. So yeah. And also there's the same army, that stuff. But it's the same as everything else is. And that's wait a minute. He forgot about the Sultan of Elsa. How could he? Well, I might as well talk about the Sultan of Elsa. And people think it has a best, and I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that if you there's a bunch of releasable countries of Ethiopia, and I'm pretty sure if you release those countries and play with them, they have the exact same focus tree as Sultanate Alsa. But Sultanate Alsa is special because it's the first brand new country added to the game since Manchukuo. Because when HOI4 first released, there was no Manchukuo, it was just Japan. And then the wars were annexed before Reagan Tiger. I'm not going to talk about that, but something else is pretty cool. Yeah, you can be there's this path of the army is pretty good. Like, there's some buffs, OP buffs or something also. But that's about it. But the political path on the right is decent. There's a part where it can be where you're a subject, but when Italy gives you the event to be annexed, there's no option for you to become a subject. So I don't know how you're like supposed to, do that. I don't know. Maybe Paradox can tell me. Paradox, you wanna tell me? And then there's the other side. There's two paths, but the interesting one, you can go. The kid claims on the entire Horn of Africa and unite it. You can unite the Africa, Alsa, and I think some YouTubers have done it. I think Alex the Rambler has done it, but it wasn't. But he didn't really expand that much. And Sage Rock also did it, but it's better because he expanded a lot and actually formed the Horn of Africa. And that's about it. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Tell me I can prove. And remember, 100 subscribers and I will learn Finnish. Pain. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Since it would have different, I forgot my cap. I'm inside. I'm in Dallas. But that shouldn't really matter. So today, in the final part of my buy, bought, alone review, talk about basically everything else I didn't talk about in the last videos. Either because it wasn't relevant to those, or I forgot. And some of these I forgot, because I'm stupid. So yeah, I think it should be a pretty long one. Probably not. But let's get started. So basically, I'm going to start talking about the brand new states. Ethiopia had the biggest rework in the States Department. It had previously it had one state, but now it's like 9 or 10-ish states. 9 or 10-ish states, and all of them have like a new releasable nation. And also Ethiopia lost man to this Sultanate of Alsa. And also somebody about the Sultanate of Alsa. I heard somewhere that all the Ethiopian miners have the same focus tree. Like, Sultanate of Alsa is a unique focus tree. Apparently, you release nation from Ethiopia. Apparently, it has like the same focus tree as that. I'm not sure if that's true, but I don't know. But if it is, then why isn't Sultanate of Alsa in the interesting countries list? Because all the Chinese warlords have the same focus tree, and they're in the interesting countries list. I mean, I saw a Reddit post actually about that. You're like, Paradox is being racist. I don't know. I think they like read out something like that. Maybe, I mean, they could have easily given someone else on all those Ethiopian miners the same focus tree, but they didn't. Now next, Italy. Italy has a couple more states, not a lot, because they already had like a ton of states, but still. Italy went from like 2 to 5 states. So if you're pointing against Germany, you want to divide Switzerland based on its nationalities, between like German, French, and Italian. You can do that more accurately, I say now. And then Austria, even though it got like nothing in this DLC, which I find kind of weird, got a new state in Vorarlberg. And Switzerland can get that for free by doing the focus. Press for Vorarlberg. Press for Vorarlberg. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not the best. Vorarlberg. I cannot say that sentence fast. So yeah, it's pretty nice that a lot of these countries have new states. I think maybe some other countries have some new states, but since Italy, Switzerland, and Ethiopia are the new ones and the ones that got new flavor and focuses, those are the only ones I checked. But there are probably some other countries. And then releasables, yeah. So Switzerland did not get any new releasables, which I wouldn't say it's that disappointing since there's like a bunch of, since I don't expect for every country to be releasable. That being said, it'd be like EU4 what was a border gore. But Italy and Ethiopia got a lot. Like I said, Ethiopia basically got a new releasable for like every new state they got. And Italy got some more states basically before they united. Like Sardinia and Piedmont, the Papal states, even though you can like recreate, there's a papal pact, like you can release the Papal states. And this, I'm pretty sure, like Lombardy or something like that. To Sicily, Sardinia, and I think there's a new thing in the game menu we can divide it. And maybe there's one for Ethiopia as well, but I don't feel like checking now. And oh yeah, I forgot something. Blue Nile, Upper Nile, new states, and Kenya went from 1 state to 4. I forgot to say about the states. Oops. But Tanzania is still 1 state, so I don't get that. Why is Tanzania one humongous state? Well, Kenya got divided in 4. When Kenya was like half the size of Tanzania. Well, anyways, can't complain all the time. So I think I might have said this in the peace conferences and air and Navy video, but yeah, the peace conferences are kind of broken. It's pretty nice because you can be more accurate, like slightly more accurate. Like you could get a North and South Korea, which is pretty nice. By the way, paradox. But yeah, I can just reach some absolute border gore. You can lag the game so hard. I want to see the game live. Like basically every state. Like you can basically create every state independent in HOI4. Because of new peace deals. Man, player with peace conferences is more of a must now. Now, what else? What else? What else? Right now? Okay, so yeah, the music. So I didn't really listen to any of the music because Bella Ciao, the special pre-order bonus, slapped so hard. I'm so glad I pre-ordered for this. As if you've not heard it, search up Bella Ciao HOI4 because holy shit, it slaps so hard. Like it's so good. You have got to listen to it. The first time I listened to it, I got goosebumps, bro. So good. Nope. What else? Oh yeah, there's some new artwork. Fresh, like the portraits. There's like the anarchist Ethiopia one is pretty similar to the anarchist Spain one. Mussolini, the Federal Assembly, the Federal Council. I get them mixed up. And Haile Selassie got new portraits like Haile Selassie. No, Mussolini did not get a new portrait. Never mind, sorry. Grand Council of Fascism got a new portrait of like the Northern Junta in like the Russian Civil War, the Spanish Civil War after Jose Cedrero dies. There should be a small chance in AS article, a really small chance where he doesn't die, but he actually survived. Pretty cool. Maybe there actually is, but it's that rare. And yeah, the new portraits are really nice. Haile Selassie looks a bit younger. And also, he's ridiculously overpowered. Oh, wait, I already mentioned that. Sorry. What else? Oh, yeah, I always have to talk about a few critiques. It is a good DLC. I recommend you buy it, but still. So Ethiopia and Switzerland are missing an ideology, at least one idea, Ethiopia is missing the democratic path, Switzerland the communist path. Obviously, it's not such a big deal because I don't know how they really work, but it would be really cool to get those. Like, it kind of annoys me when country gets when a country gets a new focus shape, but they don't get all the ideologies for it. So I do not know what that sound just was. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. And also, Albania and Austria. Yeah, I'm getting pretty confused why I didn't get a new focus shades in Bible one. Because you might say because they're very close to Italy, like Austria borders Italy. There's a little pad that's mutually exclusive with Path of Steel and HOI4, where you could guarantee Austria ratifies the stress. You don't have to stress on it for the stress. So because you might say, oh, they get eaten up pretty early in the game. Austria and Angeles, when they do occupy the Mediterranean, occupy whatever the fuck it's called. Albania occupation war. You might say they get annexed early, but so does Ethiopia. They got their focus shade. They could probably make some clever solutions. Maybe an Austrian pact where they join the Germans as a subject. You can ask by specifier. Or maybe there's a little pad where you could ask the French and British to help you after Germany remilitarizes the Rhineland, because you could use it as a problem to your national security. And Albania, maybe there's one where you could reach out to the Italians, like the Ethiopians, where it could just be a subject. Maybe there's a monarchist pact where you try to unite all the monarchies of the Balkans, like Yugoslavia, Greece, Romania, and Bulgaria, and try to use it and try to attack the Italians. Balkan Pact. And I feel like you can only do that pact once they do the Balkan enemies in the Balkans, or the focus like that, whatever that's called. I forgot. I'm sorry. And maybe it can be like a democratic pact, where after Ethiopia capitulates, maybe you can ask Britain and France for help. Because they seem to be expanding to the Mediterranean, especially the Adriatic. I don't know, pretty cool. Maybe a communist pact. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of possibilities here, and I don't know why. If tell us some possibilities that you can have for an Austrian and Albanian focus trade now below in the comment section. And Italian East Africa. It's the most useless nation because it gets no cores whatsoever. I don't find that kind of funny. The first nation with no cores. And also I feel like Paradox, if you're watching this, which I doubt, but maybe there's a chance. Whenever state reaches 100% compliance, just make it a core, because it might as well be a core at that point. And one other critique. Make democratic nations more interesting. They have such a big potential and they're so boring. The best nation in HOI4's fashion. That's not a political view. That's just how the game works. So don't Also, I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know why, but the achievements. I completely forgot about the achievements. So the achievements are pretty okay. Achievements are pretty good. Like you can do some of them run like you can do the Lion King and the lion that roared at in the same game. You can do it's this time it's Holy Roman and an Empire. And just pizza time, and what's the other one called again? I forgot. Pizza time and it's on how many does he have at the same round, and also some achievements are pretty easy, like Germany to buy beer on achievement. You can get one of those stays for free, but it depends on which path you take. If you take the monarchist path, and you can get and do our place in the sun, you can ask China for Qingdao, which will read him Qingdao, so that'll be one. And then Czechoslovakia, and fascist path, you can do fade Czechoslovakia to get Bohemia, and obviously there's island, which you can like invade. I think the best drive for this achievement would be to go expand the Axis, join Japan, try to take your Qingdao, then do for Czechoslovakia to get Bohemia, then invade Ireland. Do the fast strat against Britain, where you win them quickly, expand the Axis, join Japan's faction, take Qingdao from them, do for Czechoslovakia and to control Bohemia, and justify against Ireland while you're at war with China. Justify against Ireland because China is technically a major. And you have fast justification time to destroy the Irish, and boom, buy beer alone. And there's some annoying things like by merit alone, which is the most annoying game. You just have to grind, so annoying. Like, nobody likes grinding. But yeah, it's pizza time. Okay, like I would just what I would do for it is just join Germany, join the Axis, and everyone destroy the Dutch, take control of their Caribbean holdings, and use that to naval invade the USA while their pants are down. Basically, before they do the Giants' Wakes, which makes it be really weak and only have like 40 divisions. You can probably beat those with like 20, or maybe even 10. I don't know. That's one. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty easy achievement. I mean, there aren't really any other cities other than ones in the U.S. that are famous for pizza. I'm trying to think of one. Yeah, I have nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing for that. Okay, so what are the other achievements? It's Holy Roman and an Empire. There's the Pope restore Rome. Also, fun fact: if you reform Rome and then do what's it called? And then do, if you form Rome and then do the papacy reborn, you'll be renamed to the Papal States and have their color. Unlike say, with the way they are reforming the Commonwealth, then they claim Livonia. Still called Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and has the same color, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, which is not bad, because I kind of like the name Kingdom of Livonia, and I like their colors. Nice purple colors. And what else? Your achievements are where do you like get all the Romes, which you can do as a historical Italy game, and considering that a lot of HOI4 achievements your name have pop culture references, why wasn't this called Gotta Catch 'Em All? Pokemon. Nobody gets that. Okay, I'm sorry. You don't have Pokemon in real life. Also, a little sidetrack, but did you see the new Scar and Violet trailer? You can make a sandwich now. Yeah, sandwiches. What else? 'Cause- So the achievements are pretty good, and that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching to the end of the review. So remember, at 100 subscribers, I will learn Finnish. So, subscribe for that, please. And thank you for watching my entire review. And that's about it. So, bye, everybody.